Smart technologies are on display at the World Intelligence Congress in Tianjin. It's North China's largest showcase of this kind. Chinese exhibitors are putting the spotlight on their technological strides. Ning Hong reports.
Artificial intelligence is stealing the show at the year's World Intelligence Expo. The power of AI has been adopted by a range of different fields, like this software that changes your face. After taking a photo, the software does is a magic and transform the faces of these photos into mine.
Yeah, this is me, Kung Fu Master.
The power of AI is being used to power the strategy game Go. Players can now face off against the top-level AI-powered opponents.
Our AI has played against professional Go players over 10,000 times. It's also being used as part of the training program for the national Go team.
Self-driving vehicles are the stars of this exhibition, whether transporting cargo or people. It represents the future of road transport.
Self-driving buses are showcasing how AI is expected to revolutionize travel.
These kinds of self-driving vehicles are mainly used on roads inside industrial zones as ferry buses or delivery buses. We also have bigger and faster cars for evasive maneuver tasks.
Other exhibits feature a self-driving maglev train with a body made of carbon fiber. There are also heavy drones that can deliver cargo.
Below the drone is the Level 4 self-driving vehicle, which also supports 5G remote driving. When road transport is affected, the drone can pick up cargo. It can cover 35 kilometers while carrying 2,000 kilograms of goods.
The exhibition will last for 4 days until Sunday, as participants look to showcase the very best the future has to offer. Ning Hong, CGTN, Tianjin.
Tao Zhang joins us now. He's from just outside Washington. He's going to talk about the latest tech in China. He's the founder and managing director at Dao Ventures. Lots to unpack in Ning Hong's piece there. Let's start with AI and self-driving cars. We've been hearing a lot about this in recent years. What does the future hold? And talk to us about China's achievements when it comes to AI and self-driving cars.
Yeah, I think China is definitely leading in some of the technologies that especially the kind of technology that will make people's life more convenient. So if you look at AI, I think China has some comparative advantages, so to speak. Access to a huge domestic market, and also AI is a top priority for leadership. So that's why I think AI, especially a local AI company, has been developing quite fast. I think the same is happening with driverless cars and self-driving technology, because I think the government is quite putting a lot of support to support development of this kind of technology. Also, the local companies are very active in developing this kind of technology.
One of the other exhibits he was talking about was this, it really seems intriguing to me, is the self-driving maglev train. I mean, how far away is that? I mean, is that something we could see in the near future?
I think it's already happening, but I think the question is how prevalent this self-driving kind of technology is going to become in China. And it's going to be commercialized on a wider scale. I think that's probably the real question. I think it's still going to take time because there are safety concerns, that still need to be taken into consideration. And also the government needs to come up with the right kind of regulations to make sure that, people's lives are not stakes.
5G, also something that's been getting a lot of attention of late. It's also been a source of friction between the United States and China. Where is China when it comes to 5G? Has the U.S. kind of boxed it in some respects? Because I know they've really tried to target China, and of course Huawei. We've heard so much about it.
Yeah, I think 5G technology. China is definitely ahead of the U.S. And I guess not just because of 5G, but also because some of the other technology like AI, some other technology like electric vehicle kind of technology China is developing. That kind of make the U.S. feel the threat from China from a technology perspective. Industry analysts, say in the U.S. generally point to Beijing's Made in China 2025 program as the trigger for the so-called tech war between China and the U.S. But we have to wait and see how the two countries are gonna severely compete with each other, on the tech front, or they're gonna collaborate with each other in some capacity on the tech front. In my view, I would think it's in both countries' benefit to collaborate with each other in some capacity, rather than see each other as like a competitor that they have to outcompete in a way that won't allow the two countries to coexist with each other from a technology perspective.
As you well know, analysts are describing this era we are in right now as the fourth industrial revolution. China is, of course, making enormous strides in other areas as well: nanotechnology, biotechnology, the Internet of Things, quantum computing, robotics, the list goes on and on. As you look at the landscape, what are some of the things that you see that I just ticked off that excite you?
Yeah, there's quite some technologies that make me quite excited about China's technology future. You already mentioned some of the technologies like AI. Is definitely one of them, because AI can be used, adopted, applied to make people's livelihood easier and more convenient. I think that's definitely the benefit Chinese consumers are looking for from the new technology like AI, and other technologies like quantum computing, semiconductors are getting a lot of support from the government, but some of the technology areas still have a long way to go, like semiconductors. So I'm quite optimistic about the long-term perspective of China's technological development. But still, people need to be patient, and they need to put in a lot of real hard work in order to make this technology happen, especially the core technology China very much need in order to make the country better.
The future's coming. It's just not now just yet. Tao Zhang, thanks so much for your analysis. Really appreciate it.